Fang Mingquan's new program didn't have much popularity yet, but there were still some old fans who had followed him here. Seeing the webcasting was on, many of them had chosen to watch. When they saw the shura was to kill the little girl, they were all praying that someone could save her. And when Hussein showed up, they were all thrilled. However, what they didn't understand was why Hussein didn't choose to dodge the katana and thus lost his advantage. He could have dodged as he could fly. Fang Mingquan suddenly realized something and focused the lens behind Hussein. Everyone suddenly saw that the room was a classroom with dozens of shivering children in it. Fang Mingquan and the audience had thus realized why Hussein didn't dodge. If he had dodged, the shura would have entered the classroom and caused unimaginable damage. Although the shura was stopped outside the classroom, Hussein had been severely injured in the shoulder and was still bleeding, which rendered him the losing side. But this was an adult shura with a golden horn. Even if he hadn't practiced any skills yet, his physique would be as strong as an revolver, if not stronger. $, it's $. The audience recognized him and left many comments under, reminding more people that it was $. Fang Mingquan had long recognized $. After all, he was working in journalism. The video of Hussein passing the robot channel was such a hit that he had watched it as well. Because he had watched the video, he knew that Hussein was still unevolved while his opponent could at least reach the level of an evolver. So this was not a fair fight. So were the audience aware of this? This is not good. $. Has not become an evolver yet. Could he stop the golden horned shura? Quote. $. Hold on. Quote. Damn, why am I not there? I would love to help him kill the shura. Quote. 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 Bang. Hussein took another hit in the face. Although he was armored, his head was still ringing and his eyes even went blind for a second. Feeling a churning in the chest, he spilled up another mouthful of blood. Hussein was very clear that he was far weaker than the shura even after he had shape-shifted into the Blood Slayer. If the shura hadn't already been hurt badly, Hussein probably couldn't last this long at all. Fortunately, he had been practicing Jade Skin for a long time and had gained lots of Geno points, which allowed him to fight until now. Bang bang. Each time Hussein punched at the shura, he could only force the shura to bend backward, while when the shura punched at him, he would definitely bleed. But Hussein knew that he could not step back. Seeing the malice in the shura's eyes, Hussein knew he had been eyeing the children in the classroom. Using his majestic body to block the window, Hussein was hit in the head several times. He suddenly lost control of his body and leaned his shoulder toward the shura, which allowed the shura to pull out his katana from Hussein's shoulder. Blood was splashing as the black blade was pulled out. Die! The shura scowled as he hacked at Hussein, both hands on the katana and eyes bloodshot. It was a gut-wrenching scene for Fang Mingquan and the audience to watch. The tender-hearted ones could not even bear to watch. Step back, Euro, you have tried. No one will blame you, some even said, as they could not bear to see Hussein killed by the shura. But with a gleam in his eye, Hussein moved forward instead of backward when the katana fell, and threw himself at the shura. Although the katana had hit Hussein on the head, as the distance was shortened and the shura's body had bounced off in the middle of his hacking, the speed of the katana was not high, and it only broke Hussein's helmet and left a shallow wound on Hussein's scalp. Without a pause, Hussein flapped his wings and moved behind the shura. He locked the shura with his own body in the air so that the shura could make no moves. Ghost Haunt had worked wonders. Euro. Hussein was able to lock down the shura, who had much greater strength than himself. as he knew his shape-shifting time was almost up and his body would probably suffer permanent damage if he went over the time limit. Hussein tumbled upside down with the Shura locked between his arms and jumped, speeding up toward the ground with his wings moving. "You are crazy," cried the Shura, with horror in his voice. At this moment, everyone seeing this was stunned and the comments online had stopped. Fang Mingquan's lens followed the golden meteor falling rapidly toward the ground. Because other buildings had blocked the view, the golden meteor disappeared at the 6th floor of the building. All that could be heard was a bang, followed by silence. After a long time, a new comment appeared, $? Then there was a burst of comments, which were posted so fast that the words became a blur. Not in the mood to check the comments, Fang Mingquan desperately ran to the spot that Hussein was falling to. He could vow that this was the fastest he had ever run in his life. When Fang Mingquan got there, there was already a crowd. The Shura was on the floor with his limbs twisted and there were even spiders cracking on pavement made of high-tech materials. But he did not find the majestic golden figure here. $? Did not die. Where did he go? As the comments were posted under the webcasting, Fang Mingquan looked around and asked people nearby and no one had seen $. The spot was in an alley and no one was here before they fell.